Hello to everyone, I hope this channel find you well. If you are new to this channel, please right now click the subscribe button.
If you just get the example like this one, it's going to give you a WinRAR file like this one. When you just open it and let's get rid of it as well, do it once more. You need to just drag and drop this one into your Windows desktop or canvases. Okay, and put it here. Here we are. I'm going to explain. Actually, I'm doing it last previous session, but it was a bit quick. But let's do it slowly this session once more. Due to the ArcGIS or ArcMap topology, this is, since the platform is a server space and server base, if you just go to the add data, you can't find a C drive, D drive, or this kind of things. I'm just added these things, but if you put it in your computer, let's get rid of them, because in your computer, if you do it for the first time, you do not have this sort of things. If I go to here from add data, as you can see, you need to make a folder connection from here. When you just start to folder connection, you need to just go to the desktop or any place that you put your data and find the things that you need. For instance, I just extract the New York example over here. You will see that the file will be located here. For instance, New York building footprint, New York land use, New York places, or tracks. So easily you can choose all of them or one of them, it doesn't matter, and press add. After a while, it's going to be add inside of your canvases. This is one method. I am prefer this method because this is too much logical, but there are other methods. If you are here, you are easily drag and drop this one into your canvases. This is another method, okay? It doesn't matter which one, but I am personally prefer this one. Why? Because at the moment, if we just check at the, let's close this one. It's make me confused. At the moment, we have just a 4 shape file, but in some project we have, let's say 20, we have 50 shape file. In that case, it is very difficult to find the relevant file from here. Why? Because each shape file, as you can see, for each shape file, for instance, this one, New York land use, about 8 files going to be participate, or there are sometimes 6 files, or there are sometimes let's say 7 files, dependent to the file. What are these? If we want to explain you, if you remember, we have a component, we have several components. One of them is a shapefile or SHP. The shapefile, it's a save our, let's say, drawing. Okay, if you remember, GIS is a integrate spatial data with attribute data. One of them is SHP, which is very important. Another one is DBF or database. If you remember, we have a database such as Access, Excel, SQL, and etc. etc. So this is a DBF. Oracle also. Another one is PRG or projection, which is about the geographical location. So these, let's say, tree file is the main tree file. We have also other files such as XML, SHX, SPX. These are the connection file between these three other main files. It means that when you want to open a, let's say, a data set or a shapefile or a project, you need to drag and drop all these 5 or 6 together. Imagine you have let's say 20, let's say shapefile or 20 file together. Right now I have 4. So if we have for each shapefile, we have, let's say, 8 file under it. If we have a 10, it means that 80 file we will have. So it is very difficult to find which of them work with which one. So I prefer this one. But if you want, you are also use this method as a drag and drop, but don't make a mistake when you are selecting. For instance, you cannot select the New York building footprint and partly this one. Besides, in this method, if you want to go through this method, you need to also you need to also open the file extension. Actually, I think from here, yes, you need to make the extension of the file like this one. If I am unhide it, the extension is not hide right now, but you need to apply this one as well. Anyway, let's go here to our classification. This is just, we want to do it. This is our file. This is our building footprint. We just add it inside to our canvases. I'm just going to identify a few of them. For instance, it say that it is a retail and it is 22 point something height. I'm just going to classify it very simply. For this purpose, I need to right click over my shapefile and go to the property. Into the property, first of all, this is a general part. We will give the layer name. You can add some description and credit and etc. It's also inform you about the projection and extended from the left, top, right, and bottom. And what is our projection system? I will going to explain you in the projection course what are these number. At this moment, just accept them as it is. And about the geometry of the file, if you remember, we have a point, polyline, and polygon. So this is a polygon geometry. As you can see, there is a boundary, there is a close. This is about the appearance when we select how it should be appear. And this is about the, let's say, a display field. I'm going to tell you what is it, but just give me a second. Now I'm going to symbology. What is a symbology? If you remember, I said we have a qualitative and quantitative symbology. At the moment, at right now, we have a single symbology. It means that all building in terms of the value have the same value. All of them have a blue color. They are not different. Of course, in terms of the size, maybe this one is big or these are very small. But in terms of the attribute, in terms of the value, they are all of them same. You cannot say this one is important than that one because we don't know what are those. So all of them are same. So I'm going to apply our symbology. First symbology. We have a categorized or qualitative symbology. This is first symbology. If you remember, let's close first this one. We will have some type here. We will have some type and we have a height roof. They said retail and high roof. I'm just go to here once more because I want to tell you they are coming from where. This is categories. It means that a category based on the, let's say, type. We have some type. This is our type. I'm just apply a type. I need to add also value. Let's add some other color, maybe this one, or maybe that one is fine. Yeah, here we are. So this is first classification based on the actually value. Actually, we are able to change the color from here in order to present in a better way. For instance, we can say the apartment is, let's say the apartment is purple. These are the apartments unit. We have some church. Let's say church is blue. We have some church over here. There are some commercial building. Let's say all commercial buildings is, let's say, I don't know, let's say it's, it doesn't matter, this color. We have some commercial. We have some housing unit. Again, I said the housing unit is equal to the red, which is here. We have some unknown building. We don't know what they are. I can just make them hollow like this. We have some office, we have some parking. So I'm just classify all my number, all my building based on the qualitative value. So we have some unknown building. These are, we don't know what are these. It could be apartment, it could be housing unit. We have some apartment unit. We have some commercial units. So as you can see, we can easily change the color. For instance, we have a school. I want to just change the school to, I don't know, this one. Yeah, as you can see, there are some school become like this. Actually, let's make it in a this way at least. Yes, here we are. We have some school over there. We have some, what is this one? This is a retail. We are able also to change the retail color to the rose. Let's say all the retail become like this. We have some office building over there. I want to change the office to, if we have some other style. Yeah, now it's better. Maybe I can say the office building. If we have something, let's call it this green, and these are become office. As you can see, I can easily change the color. Imagine if you want to do this job inside the, even I can give some number to the unknown building. I can set that all of them are black. Where is it? It's here. So unknown building is black. Maybe this is better, or maybe we can just add some like this one. So as you can see, you are able easily to assign a different color and different things to your let's say building. However, if you want to do it in a handy way in a Photoshop, or if you want to do it in a, let's say, AutoCAD, what you are going to do, you need to do it one by one, single by single. But here all of them accordingly get value. Now let's add another data. I'm going to add another data. I want to add my track. I mean the roads. So we have some road also here. I'm going to start give some, let's say, classify to these road as well. I'm going to the symbology. As you can see right now is a single symbology. All of them look like same. I'm going to categorize again inside the type. You see we have a different road. I'm just classify them accordingly. So we have a footway, we have motorway. For instance, we are able to give, let's say this is a motorway or bikeway. Anyway, I'm just give this one to that one. You will see these are the motorway. It gets some motorway line. Also, we have some pedestrian. Maybe we can, if we have some pedestrian. We have mass transit. You are, of course, able to create your own pattern. If you just go to the you are able to make your own pattern. Or I can just make a subway. We have subway because, for instance, this is our subway. All the subway will get that. You see, this is our subway. If we have a bus, do we have some bus stop? No, we don't have a bus stop. We have some tertiary road, we have secondary, and we have this. This is about the symbology and classification, I think. So this is our next example. I'm going to add a data. If you remember, I said you need to make a folder connection. I'm just going to folder connection from the desktop, and I'm going to add example 2. As you can see, I'm just add it to my canvases. I'm drag and drop it from WinRAR, and I'm just now choose it. This come here. This is another example from Iran. This is a Iran country. As you can see, we have some state and district. We are going to work some classification in this example. Again, for a classification purpose, you need to just go to the property. As you can see, all the states have a single symbology. So if we go to the categorize, we have some name. You are able to give the name like this. As you can see, each of these states get a color accordingly. You can change the color as I showed a few minutes ago. Also, you can give this number. If you remember, I tell you we are going to talk about the labeling also. For the labeling, if you want to add some label to it, you need to find, first of all, where is the location of the label. For this purpose, you need to just add this one. you will see that this is about the shape, this is about the name. So the label, all the name located under the name or some code. It doesn't matter which one. You can add a label on top of each of these state. You need to just go to property. First of all, you need to find the label in the tab, which is this tab, and then you need to activate your label by pressing this one. After that, you will choose the root, the text root, which is coming from the name. I'm just choose the name and then apply. If you can see, all the label assigned to the, let's say, shapefile. Of course, you are able to adjust it in a more detail. For instance, you are able to say that only place the label inside the polygon. So if it is bigger than, so it is eliminated. For instance, this one is very big, but the polygon is very small. So it is get rid of it. If you have some duplicate, of course, we don't have a duplicate here because all the state have a unique name. And you are also able to adjust according to the figure of the label. So if I just make it like this, hit apply, you will see now the biggest one, like this one, they are just get rid of it and put it in this manner. Maybe I can give some color, like this color. Maybe this is not quite good color, so I need to change, or I need to switch between the color. Maybe I need to say keep it as black. I'm go into the symbol. I will going to edit my symbol. I can add some, let's say, text background, or I can add some text fill pattern like this one. I can say that the outline is, let's say, the fill color is white, but the outline is black, like this one. Let's see how it look like. So this is again not the ones that I wish. You need to actually play with it in order to find the ones that you wish. Maybe the fill color still should be black, but the outline should be a bit gray, and 0.5 maybe. I'm just try to see what would be happen. Maybe you need to just add some shadow. Yeah, this one is better right now if I add some shadow. So there are some other preference. I don't want to go into the deep because you are able to just play with them. You can add some mask. You see there are some halo on it, like this one. You are able to change the font size, font type, bold, italic, underline. You can have other available style reference from the ArcGIS S3. There are some other method like this one for a US route, or you can put them inside the balloon. I just try to show you very quickly where is the location of them. Or you can again keep it to the simplest one, like this one. You can align it from the left, right, or you can put it in center. You will see the preview. So you are able to make some offset towards the X and towards, we want to put it at the center, we just make the offset 0, 0. You can add some leading, you can add some character space between the character. You will see they are going to have different distance from the character. So if you make them 0, you are able to add some leading. Actually, I don't have right now any leading character, so nothing would be happen. Or you can make the, you can add some angle between them, like this one, which is right now it's disabled. So this is about the preference. I'm just say right now it is very big also. Let's make it a bit small, at least to have some. Yes, here we are. This is about the labeling and classification. Now I'm going to work with a quantitative classification, the ones that we work at the beginning of the course. I'm just deactivate my label. I don't want to show the label anymore. As you can see, it is deactivated. Also, you are able to deactivate it from here. If you click from here, you are able to activate or deactivate. Now I'm going to the symbology again. Let's get rid of that one. In a symbology, if you remember, this is a very simple symbology, all of them equal to 1, the color. Now I'm going to the quantitative. Under the quantitative, we are working with a value, with a number. For instance, we have here two population, population 1, population 2. I'm just choose this population. It is automatically use all the calculation and provide the class for us. You see the population automatically. We have different population formula. Today we use this natural equal interval, this formula. We use this formula. So we have different other formula. You see these things are located here about the count, number, maximum, minimum, these number that today we work with them. And we work with a simple equal interval. But there are different interval, like this one, quantile, manual, define interval, and geometrical interval, etc., etc. If I just choose one of them, I put this, all the city, let's make this one a bit more dark. Let's say like this. Yes, here we are. Except this one, which is the darkest one, it is center, which have the biggest population. These 4 are in this class from 35 million to 55 million population. It means that these 4, if we check, for instance, this one have a 55 million and this one have a 41 million. It means that in this class we have these 4. Or these, let's say 6, we have 4 here and we have 4 here, 4 here and 2 here. These are have a same population, which is definitely between 18 to 35 thousand. As you can see, it is more than 18 but less than 35. This is another classification. Again, same thing. This is based on the quantitative. So this is about the quantitative. I mean, you don't need to use a formula, but you need to just be aware how those formula generate. Because here we have a bunch of formula which is available here, and computer automatically do it for you. We are able to use a gradual symbol like this. The biggest circles, the big size of the circle means the big amount of the population, or the smallest one accordingly is small. You can increase the class. You can say we have a 3 class and then apply. You see we have a 3 different dot size. You are able to change the size. You can say that my size, it's vary from 5 to, let's say, 15. So the size accordingly change. You are able to change the color of it. Let's say red, like this one. You see, you are able to get rid of the outline. You can say no outline color. You will see there is no outline color. So this is again a classification. You can have a different geometrical standard deviation, quantile, and equal interval. I don't want to go into the deep in each of these things, but just aware each of these classification methods have their own formula. Today we just work one of them. We have this is another model of the classification based on the normalization value. They just normalize the value into the standard number. They make the normalize. Those people who wish in a statistic, they can go and search how the normalized could be work. Or now I'm just normalized to the population, which means that if I'm divide my population, each state to own, it's become 0 or 1. So this normalize doesn't mean for us, because we need to normalize according to the mean of the whole city. We have some dot density. If I put this one, I can set that each dot, for instance, equal to the 10, let's say 1,000 people. If I just hit apply, you will see the place have more dots. It means that have more population. If I just make it, instead of 10,000, 100 and 1 million, it's appear too much better. So it is based on the 10 million, 1 million, sorry. So we have here like maybe 15 or 20. So it means that 20 dot equal to the, each dot equal to 1 million. So we have 20 million almost here. Or we have here 3 dot or 4 dot. We have 4 million population here. Of course, you are able again to change the color of it. For instance, you are able to get brown. You are able to change the background color. Let's say you are able to this one. So this is another example with population density. I am able to make like 500,000. So of course the dot number increase. As you can see, the dot size could be changed. I can say the biggest dot or use the biggest dot. This is another dot density method. These are all under the quantitative. The categorize is based on the qualitative features or single. It doesn't have a classification, everything equal to each other. But under the quantitative, we have also chart. If you want to compare two different things, for instance, I have two different population. Let's change the color. One of them is red, one of them is green. I want to see that how much my population increased from my, let's say, first time to the second time, or my first year to the second year. You will see in this pie chart, the green is for first year and the red for the second time. So you see how it is increased. Of course, you are able to make it as a bar chart, which is too much understandable. Again, I choose the red. You will see how population increased. So you can add some, you can able to make it a bit 3D, like this one, get some, let's say, extrude to it. So it look like a bit 3D way. I add some thickness or extrude. You are able to change it in a horizontal instead of vertical, which is look like this. You are able also make a stack bar, which is accumulate the population on top of each other. Again, I put it in a red. In a stack bar, it is going to accumulate. So this is about this. And we have also a multiple value. Of course, right now I don't have a multiple value here, but if you have a multiple category, you are able to add it from this part. Okay, this is about qualitative and quantitative. We have two example number 2 and example of the New York. In New York, we apply the qualitative, but here we apply both quantitative and qualitative. As I told you, in this course, I'm able to cover, we are on our schedule, our symbology, classification, and labeling. For the next session, we are going to create and generate our first map. And as I told you, course by course, our course become interesting. If in a first course it is maybe boring for some of you because it's totally theory. Second course, just we have an overall interface. But this course we are going to work with a real matter, and by next week we are going to generate our first meaningful map and dynamic layout. This is everything from me for this session. Is there any question up to now? So if there's no question, have a good weekend, have a fine day, and see you by next week. Hope you are safe.
Thank you. See you next week, Jojo.
Thank you.
See you everybody. See you
later.
everyone. Have a good weekend.